I've been either attending or running events for more than a quarter of a century. I've been to Pan Pagan. I've been to countless other pagan events. I've been to the Penzic Wars in 94. I was the 8,000th person through the gate. So I have seen events that work. I have seen events that have not worked so well. I have never been as passionate about the possibilities that this event represents in any other event that I have either run or attended. And we've had some great organization. I've worked with a lot of really great people through the years. And we've had some truly transformative events. We had Kadishti Fest 1 and 2. We had the Hearthfire Festival in Menifee County, Kentucky. We've had some other events that we have run. And by we, I mean my wife, my friends, and I have run. And this is the best of the best. It's really reducible to the words love and diversity. You look across a sea of people spread across two fields, two conjoined fields. A sea of people, 1,000 people, several hundred campsites, each one representing the dreams and the aspirations of the people who are there. A nice, comfortable place with lots of amenities at a cost of less than a hotel room for one night. I mean, that's really what we're talking about. It was not just a camping event. It's certainly not a primitive camping event. There's hot showers. We've got nice facilities. We'll have food. Have a nice stage. People can get up there, take the bully pulpit. You know, talk about whatever's on your mind, in your heart. Get up there and have at it. This is an event that is self-made. We're not going to pay presenters. We're not going to pay entertainers. We're going to give everybody that walks through the gate the opportunity to participate. So you really need to be going out and telling your friends. If you're a member of an LGBT organization, go out and tell them. If you're a member of a BDSM organization, go out and tell them. If you're a part of a poly support group, go out and tell your friends. Spread the word. It's happening a little more than a year from now, but now is the time to get in the door. We're not even accepting money. It's not like we're saying come here and spend money to get signed up. But once we open those floodgates, 1,000 spaces are going to be taken pretty quickly. You know, you go to something like the Penzic Wars up in Pennsylvania. Or is that New York? Anyway, the Penzic Wars. And people wind up at the front door a week or two in advance just to land grab. We're not going to have a land grab. When we open the gates at 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning, we literally, physically open the gates at 8 o'clock on Wednesday morning. That is the first time that you will have the opportunity to come through the gates and set up a camp. And if we put as many people on the field as I intend to put, we're not going to be able to have automobiles on the campsite. We're just going to have tents. And we will probably, to be honest with you, we will probably have to limit according to tent size. So if you have a tent that is rated for 8 people, you're going to have to house 8 people. If you have a tent that is rated for 4 people, you're going to have to house 4 people. because the kind of frontage that your tents are going to take are going to exceed the amount of land that we have to offer. So again, this is the time to get in on this. The time is now. The time is today. The time was last week when we first started talking about this. And we haven't had a lot of feedback. As we share more specifics, people go, well, what exactly? Okay, what's going to happen there? What is specifically going to happen there? Why should I want to go? Why? Well, the reason is because every alternative lifestyle community that wants to be a part of this can have a part, can play a role. That's why. Because if you have an organization or a message, or you're promoting yourself as an individual, whether you're a speaker or performer, whatever, you can come in and grab the mic, or you can come in and have a conversation with people around the clock for 5 days. Around the clock for 5 days. Woodstock was only 3 days. I don't know how many days Burning Man is. I think it's like 8. I'm willing to be corrected on that. I'm happy to be corrected on that if I'm wrong. I think it's 8. But we're talking about 5 days. That is an awful lot of time. And anybody who knows anything about events of this scope realizes, A, how important it is. I mean, we're going to be providing the framework for this. You know, when things open up, we're going to be running the town halls. We're going to be running the planning meetings. We're going to have the various ceremonies that will occur during the course of the event. We're going to have workshops and classes and demonstrations. And, you know, that's what provides contour for this event. We're going to be setting up and supervising drumming and dancing around a bonfire every single night of the event. It's 4 nights, 5 days. It's 4 nights, 5 days. And in that respect, we're talking about 9 o'clock in the evening until dawn the next day. And then we're going to get up the next day and do it all over again, and again, and again, and again, until we have shared what we want to share for the year. We have spread our ideas. We have made connections. Now, people can make amazing connections online, but online connections are no substitutes for the kind of connections you can make with people face to face. You get to see who these people are. You get to see how they act, what they're about. You know, not just what they sound like in print. You get to have some idea of who these people are. An unprecedented networking opportunity. So this is kind of scattershot. But I want you to pause and reflect upon what we've said here and realize that, like Woodstock, like Burning Man, like a few other events, this is a sea change moment. This is a sea change event. It is our intention to feed the fires of imagination and commitment relative to love and diversity. That's what this is about. We are going to bring together 1,000 souls, 1,000 minds, 1,000 perspectives. And we're going to work. We're going to sweat. We're going to argue. We're going to disagree, sometimes vehemently. And we're going to take a few steps in the direction of creating a better world. Name me one other opportunity you've had to really do that, to make a difference that could really, legitimately change the world.